Hey guys, you're watching Boondockin' with Dennis. Rockport, Texas. This is the aftermath of the homecoming bonfire. And they did an excellent job of cleaning up all of the debris. You can see it's still wet from the fire department hosing everything down afterwards. There's just a tiny bit of trash in the area, and I wouldn't be surprised if all that came after the cleanup was done by the regular people that come to the beach park and feel the need to throw their cans and trash on the ground. The special people, the privileged. Don't worry, someone else will pick that up. Am I ranting already at 4 a.m.? Yup. That was quite the bonfire. And I think we had a perfect viewing spot to see it. It's a gorgeous day, guys. Let's go see what trouble we can find. I drove by the exotic ranch this morning that's out on 188. That was the opening footage with the longhorns and the horses, and I even got a zebra. They had a cage there, and I went up to it, and there was a piece of toast. Very weird. Sign said, "Bred in captivity." I'm going to have this Mountain House classic spaghetti with meat sauce. It's a dehydrated meal. I already have the water boiling on the stove. It called for 14 ounces. I know there's 16.9 ounces in a bottle of water. So I kind of eyeballed it. Now that's my drinking water. It's cold. I got a warm bottle. There you go. And I've kind of learned with these to add a little bit of less liquid than they ask for. You can always add more, but it's hard to take away once you put it in there. And there it is. And I'm not going to go through the whole process. You add the boiling water, let it sit for 5 minutes, open it up, stir it, seal it again, let it sit, stir it, make sure you get all the corners. I got to tell you, this is good. This is way better than any canned pasta you're going to eat. And I was really surprised. Thank you, Mike. Getting to be that time of day. You know, I was thinking of some of the stranger occurrences that I've had at some Texas state parks. One of them that comes to mind is I was there in March, and I went because Rusty 78609 was at Corpus Christi State Park. So for 3 nights, I went and had a beer with him, just like an hour, hour and a half, had a really good time. And I was over in the primitive section. We had water, but we didn't have electric, and I don't really need electric when I go camping, kind of self-contained. There was a lady a few sites away that was out for a walk, and I was there 3 nights, 4 days and 3 nights. She had said she was getting away from her 2 kids and her husband, and I found that really odd. Who gets to do that, you know? And I was asleep I wasn't asleep. I was in the back of the truck. It was in March, so I had all the windows shut. And I just had the light on my phone. I was playing on my phone about 10 o'clock at night. And 10 o'clock at night at a campground, it might as well be 4 in the morning. You know, everyone's in bed, at least during the week. And there was a knock on my window, on my Lear topper window, and she brought me food and beer, and she wanted to sit outside and talk. And I don't talk well with married women in a campground. Talking's not my expertise, but I just said thank you. I didn't drink the beer she left. I didn't this. I don't even know what was wrapped up in the food, but yeah, I threw that away the next day, and it was kind of a bizarre situation. They're just coming back from a little sunset cruise. Now, I did make a video about my Bigfoot story at Possum Kingdom State Park, and I'll give you the 30-second highlight. I was in an area by myself, no one, I'm going to say, within 200 yards of me, and I was in the back of the truck, but I was awake, and you can hear stuff moving around in the woods and stuff. You know, a raccoon sounds like a buffalo if you're in the woods by yourself. And something pushed down on the front of my truck, and it didn't come up right away. It took about 2 seconds, and then the front came up. Now, I'm 350 pounds. I can't do that to my truck. The next morning, I was up at the ranger office, and one ranger was talking to me, a really nice lady, and I said jokingly to her, "Do you have a book inside where everyone writes down their Bigfoot stories?" And she said, "No, what happened?" She said, "Why? What happened?" She didn't say no, she didn't say, you know what I mean? So that kind of got me to thinking. Now, I've had some really good experiences at Texas state parks as well. Well, one couple asked me to watch their stuff while they went to town, and they were about 100 yards away, and there was no one in the area. And when they came back from town, they stopped at their site real quick and then came down to mine and brought me a cheeseburger and a toasted coconut piece of pie. That was a good Texas State Park experience. Really had a lot of good times with adventuring art, Mineral Wells State Park and Possum Kingdom State Park, and visited Rusty at Goliad State Park and Falcon Lake, Corpus Christi, Lake Corpus Christi. I visited him at Goose Island during the polar vortex. Lots of good Texas State Park experiences. This is just some deer. A couple different herds of deer here in Rockport. And man, Texas State Parks, I've seen bison. I've been in the middle of bison herds, prairie dogs, longhorn sheep, foxes, prairie dogs. I'll say prairie dogs again because they're really adorable. All kinds of different birds, hundreds of different kinds of birds, and armadillos, alligator. And yeah, if you've never been to a Texas State Park, I highly recommend it. Thanks for riding along today, guys. Thanks for watching.